Good morning, everyone. I am still in South Italy, but I thought I would film this video real quick. I wanted to share with you the experience I'm having so far being here on YouTube, talking to you, how that's been going and how things are changing in my life because of it. As you know, I'm 40 years old. And it's just not been a thing. Social media, filming myself, doing selfies, talking to a camera, even, just being public. So all this is not a thing. And I'm also quite an introvert. I enjoy my alone time. So I wanted to share certain things. Let's see. I'm finding that I'm thinking a lot more. I'm reflecting a lot more on the thoughts I've had. The reason I want to be on YouTube sharing was from a health point of view. So I plan on sharing how I think of health and how I feel that health is a God-given gift. And I feel that it is something that He promises us, but He also gives us instructions for that. So I'm on here to share health, but I also want to venture into eventually the nutrition, and I wanted to get into more detail with that eventually as I begin my studies. So I'm here for that very purpose because it's something that I feel is mine to share. So my unique view on this point is to share with people, whoever they may be, whether there be a lot of people or not, it's fine. So being on YouTube is quite liberating. It's giving me quite a creative outlet. I get to write. I get to think out things that I'm passionate about. So I'm finding this a lot of fun. I see that it's giving me a lot of new habits. For example, I've never been a morning person, but all of a sudden I'm so excited to get out of bed. I'm so excited to be in my Bible study and to be writing out new scripts and new ideas and coming up with things and getting my day started, that I start waking up at like 5 in the morning, 4:30 in the morning, 5:30, 6, 6:30. I usually wake up at 7, so that's our normal time. But the more time I have to myself in the morning, I feel the more creative I can be and the more I get done in my day, of course. And so that's been interesting, being able to wake up without a problem at all. I think having this new thing in my life, sharing on YouTube, is very much a part of what is my purpose, which is, sharing this message about health. It's part of what I'm passionate about, and I feel the reason that I'm so hungry. And it's the reason, I know, like the microphone's like right here, so sorry about that. It's like before lunchtime. I'm trying to get my video finished before we have to leave and go to lunch at my sister-in-law's house. Anyway, where was I? What was I saying again? I wake up in the morning, I feel good, I'm ready to go. I have so many ideas, so many things I want to do in my day. And like YouTube is only one part of it, because there's a whole bunch of other things that I'm doing that I've been enjoying, and I'm a lot of goals, a lot of things that I set for myself to do. And so YouTube is like the first one. It's one of the first ones. And then of course I have my own health goals and things that I'm trying to do for my health, which are interesting. I'm going to get into that. I'm going to talk a little bit about premenopause, but so all the goals and having YouTube is giving me a lot of creative space, and I'm having fun. I'm just having a lot of fun. Things I'm still not so great with. Yeah, for sure. Talking, like, it's, I think if I'm talking with a friend, or I'm talking with my sister, or I'm talking with my mother, I get super passionate about the subjects and the ideas, and I'm much more coherent with presenting those types of ideas. I'll get better, I promise. So I'm working on that. What else? I am still worried a little bit, not so bad, about, family, friends, people finding my channel, what their opinions might be. Somebody might be offended, somebody might disagree with my ideas. And when people disagree with your ideas in family or friends, it can often be a point of, friction. It can even break some relationships, right? To have different ideas, whatever kind of ideas they might be, politically, even about health. So yeah, so, you know, you tend to worry about what you say and like, oh, well, if that person heard me say that, I already know that that would not be good. But that's just the nature of close relationships, I think. So for sure, sharing on YouTube can make you nervous in that sense, you know, thinking about the other people, all the people that you know seeing you. So that can make you a little bit nervous. And I think that is still a little bit of a blockage for me, but not as much as in the beginning. The other thing, while I'm doing YouTube, and I think my whole point, or one of them anyways, a really major factor for doing YouTube for me was the health side for myself. So I wanted to, you know, share how I think of health, share my ideas around it, but also to do it for myself. So I wanted to share what I'm doing, be able to have that accountability, people who might be seeing my journey step to step, and to be able to share my journey. Like, this is what's happening. These are my test results. This is my goal. This is what I'm eating. This is how I'm eating. This is my exercise. Whatever it might be. These are my my difficulties, my setbacks. So sharing my journey with you and figuring things out, and moving forward with what I do know. So some of the habits that I'm still kind of worried about, I'm going to confess, I still smoke. So I'm not a lot. I've never smoked a lot, but it's definitely something that I plan on and want to stop. I have been somewhat of a food addict, but I find that with having more purpose in life and having more direction and more exciting things that I want to be doing, it hasn't been so difficult for me to avoid the overeating or the eating things I shouldn't be eating. So that's been going pretty well. So what's next? I'm gonna keep posting. I know I don't have that many followers yet, but I'm super grateful for the ones that I do have. It's not, I'm really not worried about that part of it. I'm having so much fun sharing. I'm having so much fun coming on here, and even with like the 3 comments that I get, I'm super excited, and I have a lot still that I want to be sharing. So thank you for those of you who are here. For those of you who are watching, I'm super grateful for you. I did hear one YouTuber say, like, people are, you know, when you start YouTube, you have nobody watching. I'm like, it's not nobody. And that's what she was trying to share. She's like, it's not true. Even if it's 3, even if it's 4, it's 20, like those numbers are really small, but it's not nobody. And it's definitely far more people that are listening to what I have to say than it would have been if I had not done this, right? So that's fine. In future, I'm hoping, of course, that I will reach more and more people, have a little bit more feedback. It will be a lot of fun to hear what people have to say and what other people think. So that's one of my big goals, is just to have more feedback, hear from people. Compared to where I was like 5 years ago, I mean, I'm gonna just do like another confession. So I got married when I was only 23. I was 23. I met my husband when I was 21. I got married when I was 23, and I moved to Italy, South Italy. There's a difference, okay? So if you're in the north of Italy, it's a little bit more organized. It's a little bit more, you know, bigger city, and at least where I live in Milan at the moment. But South Italy is very different. It's hard to explain. It's very chaotic. You know, bureaucracy is like not great. It doesn't even matter who you are, but to survive here, I think you need to know people, because otherwise you're not getting anything done here. Healthcare is like not good at all. I have quite a few experiences in that compared to the north, where I've only had really great experiences. So south and north, very different. And the first 8 years I lived in the south. So this caused me to be really dependent. So I was already quite young, and then I moved here. So at the time, you know, considering a 23-year-old who came from, well, who had nothing to come here to a place where you need to be dependent anyways. I mean, most people would need to be. To come here and be completely dependent on my husband, plus I didn't speak Italian, by the way, I didn't speak the language at all. So living in South Italy in the middle of nowhere with my husband, not speaking the language, not knowing very much about the culture or anything, I hid behind that. So I stayed in that very dependent, and I was also an introvert, so I was real quiet. He's the opposite of me. He's like a complete extrovert. Like his thing, spend time with people, talk with people as much as possible. So it's like his whole life. But me, I think I spent most of my time hiding behind him. That was another big motivator for me, was to do something on my own. Even later when I left the South, it was the same thing. We were in the North. I was a little bit more independent because I lived in the city, so it was a bigger city. But I still worked with him, and we moved forward together, and I just did whatever it is that he wanted to do. I wasn't really doing anything for myself, right? There was nothing of my own dreams in that. So that was a big motivator for me, was to start doing something for myself. So thanks for being here. I hope to bring a lot more to you in the future.